And I suppose to build upon that, is there any advice that you could offer for employees maybe at lower levels of the organisation who also would like to further the cause of inclusivity in their workplace?
Yeah, I mentioned earlier on that one of the things that I think I'd found really encouraging was the number of our allies who'd got in touch and said, is there anything that we can do? That allyship in this climate becomes even more important. I think for organisations and staff at every level in organisations, think about the people in your team. Think about their, current living experience. Think about things that may be impacting them in a way that aren't necessarily impacting you. I think people looking at local charities and national charities who are still trying to support groups through this time. I think about our trans community. I think about people who may be in vulnerable situations where, actually coming to work gives them an escape and a release from what may be a really difficult home situation. I've spent a bit of time over the past couple of weeks checking in with some of our student LGBT plus leaders and just saying, is the student community okay? Does anybody need anything? Because people may be, finding themselves in situations now 24/7 that are incredibly difficult. So, reaching out to people, making people aware of support mechanisms that are available locally. And obviously, I recognise that for many people, they can be in, a difficult position financially at this time. But if you are able to offer any kind of support, whether that be financially or whether that be volunteering to local charities, and, some of my passions inevitably are around LGBT plus, but any local charity who, at the moment is reaching out to vulnerable groups, and anybody can do that. That doesn't need to be somebody who's in a senior position. The difference that you can make just from reaching out is huge. Our homeless population, I think particularly our LGBT homeless population at the moment, all of those groups I think about and I think, right, what can we all do together? One of the things that we have in South Wales is our we have a forum which is a network of LGBT network chairs, and we're meeting on the 15th of May, and I know that's going to be one of the things that we'll be talking about is what can we do in our local environment to try and help and support groups that we know could be struggling through this time. So reaching out is something that anybody can do.
Super stuff. Thank you, Karen.